guys, I am back to film September book haul part 2. There will be a part 3, trust me, because it's only the 7th of September when I'm filming this. And I already have too many books. Lindsay, you need to calm down, or slow down, or do something. But you're buying way too many books. But I can't seem to stop myself. So there's that. So this is going to be part 2. This is basically everything that I got from like 1 through 7 September. Because frankly part 1 was like the rest of the books that I got at the end of August. But yeah. So let's just get going. First off, I'm going to show you guys the books that I got from the book of the month, the YA box. I did start getting this. I think I've gotten it, I think this is my 2nd box so far. And basically they tell you what books you can get. So each month there is like 5 books that come out and you get to pick which one you want, which is kind of different because the other box is basically you don't know what you're getting. So this is kind of neat to be able to pick out the book that you want. And you can also do add-on books. You can do up to 2, unless they change it, but right now you can do up to 2. So I, of course, got 3 because I can't help myself, and basically I went with them with Shae from Shaekgeeksout, and we're like going to be buddy reading like all of these. So yeah, our buddy read stack is getting quite massive, frankly. So the first one that I picked out was the 10,000 Doors of January. This one looks really pretty. I think it's like portal fantasy type thing. In a sprawling mansion filled with peculiar treasures, January is a curiosity herself. As the ward of the wealthy Mr. Locke, she feels little difference from the artifacts that decorate the halls, carefully maintained, largely ignored, and utterly out of place. Then she finds a strange book, a book that carries the scent of other worlds, and tells a tale of secret doors, of love, adventure, and danger. Each page turns, revealing impossible truths about the world, and January discovers a story increasingly entwined within her own. Sounds really interesting, so we definitely, that was like the first book we picked. This one was actually one of the books from last month, but we didn't end up picking it then, but we did pick it this time. So that is Mind Games. And it's basically something about like memories being taken. So there's like someone, the main character can hack into people's memories and basically upload experiences into their brain that is like they lived it themselves even though they didn't. And then basically she sees a boy crossing the schoolyard. The boy her friends assure her she's known for years and she can't remember the boy. And then she realizes that her own memories have been hacked, but they haven't just been stolen and shared, they've been removed. And she's not the only one. So they have to like try and figure out what happened to their missing memories. Why can't they remember each other? It sounds really interesting. And then last but not least was The Girl the Sea Gave Back, which just looked really cool, really fantasy. The girl is a child. She was discovered washed up on the shore by some clan. She can like cast rune stones and interpret the web of fate. And then until the day that she sees their destruction, compelling them to wage war. So sounds good. So there is that one. The next thing that I did was Books A Million had a sale, I'm sure it's over by now, where you could get some selection of books 50% off. So these are all the books that I got off of that were 50% off. I basically went through the list and tried to find the ones that sounded interesting. This one was actually recommended by Books and Lala. So I ended up snagging it. Devastating phenomenon the media has dubbed false memory syndrome, a mysterious affliction that drives its victims mad with memories of a life they never lived. Very nice. Let's figure out what's going on there. The next one I got is The Last Voyage of Poe Blythe. And this one is, he's like the captain of a mining ship. She is the captain of a mining ship. She vows to annihilate the river raiders who robbed everything from her 2 years ago. So, sounded interesting. The next one is Miracle Creek, which, thriller. Yeah, I got it because it's a thriller. A literary courtroom thriller about an immigrant family and a young single mother accused of killing her autistic son. It's a powerful debut about how far we'll go to protect our families and the deepest secrets. So, it sounded interesting. And then the last one I got was actually, it was in a lot of the book boxes a couple months ago, and I just never got it because it's contemporary, and I'm not that much of a contemporary person, but it just, I'm not gonna even lie, it just, so with the Fire on High and the fact that the book is so cool, so it's basically a girl who got pregnant her freshman year and I guess wants to be like a cook, but because of the fact that she has to like take care of her daughter, she's trying to like figure out what she can actually do and if that's just a pipe dream. And so yeah, it's not my normal read, but it sounded interesting enough and people seem to really enjoy it, so I figured I would give that one a shot. The next ones I got off of Amazon. This one was on Shae's things she's looking forward to in September, so I snagged it. So it sounds interesting. The Kingdom of Souls. So it's basically born to a family of powerful witch doctors. She yearns for magic of her own, but she fails to read the bones, fails to see the future, and fails to call upon the ancestors. With each passing year, her ambitious mother looks upon her with ever-growing disapproval. But there's only one thing she hasn't tried. There's a market trade, years of their own. So basically you can trade your life for the taste of magic, and she's potentially going to do that. So her mother stops freaking out. The next one I got is continuing on City of... what was it? City of Ghosts. So good. So it's the next book in that series, so it's The Tunnel of Bones. This is a girl who, she can see ghosts, and she has her ghost friend Jacob, so they basically go to Paris, because her parents are like paranormal investigators, which I really love, because I love paranormal shows. But they don't know that she can see ghosts, which would really make for an interesting show, and she doesn't want them to know. So basically they're filming like a paranormal, like the world's most haunted cities paranormal show. So they're going to like Paris. And so this is them in Paris. And the first one was really good, so I had to get the second one. It's middle grade, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's middle grade, so it'll be a short read, but I really like the first one, so there's that. The last hardback that I ended up getting, I just got yesterday from Target when I was going there to buy cat food, because cats need food. And this one's been around for a while, and obviously I'm just late to the game with Starbucks, but it sounded interesting enough, and it is One of Us is Lying, so it's another thriller, and I've been really getting into thrillers lately. Pay close attention and you might solve this. On Monday afternoon, 5 students at Bayview High walked into detention. Rylan? I don't know. The brain is Yale-bound and never breaks a rule. Addie the beauty is a picture-perfect homecoming queen. Nate the criminal is already on probation for dealing. Cooper the athlete is the all-star baseball pitcher. And Simon the outcast is the creator of the Bayview High notorious gossip app. Only Simon never makes it out of the classroom. Before the end of detention, Simon is dead. And you have to figure out who killed Simon. So Sounds really good. Not gonna lie, please don't, I don't want it, and I know everyone's like already read this. Please don't be Nate. I don't want the criminal to do it, because the criminal would be like the obvious choice, and you don't want to pick the obvious choice. So I kind of hope it's the beauty queen, but we'll see. So those are the hardbacks. I did also get a couple paperbacks. I went with my sister and a friend to the bookstore, and I ended up, the local bookstore, and I ended up getting 2 books from them, from that bookstore. One is Cuckoo Song, which was actually a recommendation from the friend that was with me, because I told her that I really like paranormal, thrillery, creepy books. So it's following a mysterious accident that leaves her sopping wet. Tress awakens to a world that's eerily off-kilter. Her memories are muddled, her sister despises her, and when she brushes her hair, out comes crumbled fragments of leaves. Is she going mad, or did her accident trigger a nightmarish chain of events? In her quest to learn the truth, Triss ventures from the shelter of her parents' protective wings into the city's underbelly. There she encounters strange creatures whose grand schemes could forever alter the fates of her family. So, it sounds really interesting. She said this one's really good. She also said the person who writes it does a really good job, and that if I like this one, I should check out some of her other works. And then the last one from that trip was Jane Unlimited. This was also another recommendation from my friend I was with, and basically, it's a choose-your-own-adventure, but an adult version. She's like, oh yes, it's choose-your-own-adventure, and I was like, oh, they do that for adult books? I remember being a kid and loving choose-your-own-adventure. So, yeah, I totally had to get this. So basically, Jane lived a ordinary life raised by her recently deceased aunt, whom she counts on to turn life into an adventure. But without her aunt, she's lost, so she's easily swept away with a glamorous and a wealthy acquaintance from years ago asked Jane to accompany her to a gala at the extravagant island mansion called Two Ravens. Jane remembers her aunt telling her, if anyone ever invites you, promise me that you'll go. What Jane doesn't know is that the house will offer her 5 choices that could ultimately determine the course of her life. One choice leads Jane into a heist mystery. Another takes her into a spy thriller. She finds herself in a gothic horror story, a space opera, or an extraordinary fantasy realm. Choose your own adventure. That is awesome. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I think my friend said that she also does a bunch of other books that are choose your own adventure books, so if I really like this one, I'm gonna have to find some of her other books, because oh my gosh, I loved choose your own adventure when I was younger. And then the last book that I got this off of Amazon. I was gonna actually pick it up when I was at the Barnes & Nobles, no, Books A Million with my friends, but the copy that they had was really jacked up, so I just ordered it off of Amazon, and that is The Body in the Woods. A points last seen mystery, because Lindsay and her mystery things. Alexis, Nick, and Ruby come from very different backgrounds. Alexis has spent her life covering for her mother's mental illness. Nick's Bravo hides his fear of not being good enough, and Ruby just wants to pursue her eclectic interest in a world that doesn't understand her. The 3 teens meet when they join Portland County's search and rescue. On their first mission, they team up to locate an autistic man lost in the woods. What they discover instead is a dead girl. In a friendship that will be forged in danger, fear, and courage, the 3 work together to find the girl's killer before one of them becomes another victim. Yeah. Hello, thriller. So that... oh, and also, here's the bookmark that came with Book of the Month. So, yeah. There's that. And that is everything that I got so far from, like, 1 to 7 of September. Oh, Lindsay. You need to slow down. So yeah, and trust me, there's more books coming. I've pre-ordered some other books. I've been watching people's like releases on their radar books, videos, and like I got the one from Shae, and then there was somebody else, and I can't remember who did it, who also did another one, and I got some pre-orders from them, and then there's just a bunch of stuff that I bought and pre-ordered, so there's stuff coming. So there will be a third haul for September. Let's hope it's not as big as this one or the first one, because goodness, Lindsay. So yeah. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this book haul part 2. I will see you guys later for the next video. Everyone have a very good rest of the day. Bye!